What's up, guys? Today we are going to be talking about some tips and tricks for Infinite Galaxy. So let's get into it. Alright, so today we are talking about 10 tips and tricks that I've picked up playing Infinite Galaxy. Now, hopefully these will help players of any experience level, whether you're brand new to this game or you've been playing for a while. Some of these you may already know, but hopefully there's at least a few on this list that you hadn't thought of or weren't aware of. But yeah, these are just little useful tips and tricks that I think will make everyone's playing experience much better if they didn't already know this stuff. So again, these are in no particular order, but let's start off with this one, which is if you have a fleet flying back from something far away, let's say you met up with your alliance 8 minutes away and you joined in on an attack and now you're waiting for it to fly all the way back. You do not have to wait for it to fly all the way back. If you're willing to foot a small repair bill, you can actually attack a very high level pirate by going to the radar right here and just picking a pirate and saying attack. And as long as you are attacking a pirate that your fleet cannot actually take down, then they will defeat your fleet and it will instantly go back to your base where you'll have to repair it. But for a small repair fee, you've saved a lot of travel time. All right, next tip. Sometimes you're going to be doing events either on your own or with your alliance where you're going to need to travel to a system that you have not already explored. And what we see a lot is that players will say, oh, hold on, I have to explore the system. And then they'll send their explorer out to go explore the system. And then once it's explored, then they'll send their expedition fleet out to go to that system. There's a big way to save time on that. And that is if you have, let's say, a neighboring system already explored. Let's say we're trying to go here to 9014, but it wasn't explored yet. Then what you can do is you can go to the nearby system that you do have explored and go over to the gate and simply set your fleet to berth. And that'll just basically tell your fleet to go and park in that spot. And then your actual explorer will get there quicker, explore it, and then once it's explored, you can redirect your already in-flight expedition fleet to go to your actual target destination. So it's a way of essentially having your fleet already on the way to somewhere that you haven't explored by berthing in the nearest system that you do already have explored. So, all right, another tip, this one regarding planet farming. A really quick and easy way to find a planet that a lot of people aren't aware of is actually in the Alliance tab. We see a lot of people when they first start basically just kind of clicking around and trying to find a planet or asking people, hey, do you know which system? Do we have a planet here that does this? You can just check for yourself. If you go to the Alliance tab, and then scroll over to Alliance Territory, and then you see this tab, Planet Development. You can actually look through all of the systems that you own, and you can see not only which planets are in your domain, but also which ones are occupied. So let's say that we're looking for a level 8 deuterium planet. And I can scroll down here, and I believe there's one here. And yeah, so you can see we found a level 8 system with a level 8 deuterium planet. And from here, we can just click go. And if it looks like this, that means that it's already booked. Someone else's fleet is already there. But you click go, it'll take you right to the planet. Then you can send your fleet to gather. All right, another little tip. If you are trying to manage your explorers in real time, stop them from essentially coming back from a target when you want them to stay in an area and go explore something else nearby or go do an investigate nearby. An easy way to track where they are is actually this scroll bar on the side. Some people have figured out that you can find obviously all your main expedition fleets here, but if you keep scrolling, you can actually find the exact trajectories of all of your explorers. And even better than that, you can click on them and it'll take you straight to where it is if you want to change targets and explore something nearby or anything like that. But you can keep an eye on this, and if you see like a yellow U-turn symbol, that'll let you know that that explorer is on its way back. And if you see a red eye, that means that it is currently in the process of doing an investigate or an explorer or any of those functions. But so this makes it really easy to keep an eye on your explorer. And if you want to keep sending them out, rather than waiting for them to get all the way back, you can see as soon as they try to turn around and then immediately send them out from where they are and save a lot of time. Right. Another really useful tip that a lot of people, myself included, had to have someone tell them that that was there. Seems kind of common sense now that I know, so I apologize if this is redundant for some of you. But if you go to your spaceport, there's actually a really easy way to keep track of everything that's going on in your spaceport in terms of what's under construction, what's being researched, all that. By the way, a little bonus mini tip here. These helping hands, if you just click those helping hands, that will instantly do all of your helps that you would otherwise have to go to Alliance and then Alliance help here to actually activate. But This little arrow on the side, it kind of blends in. You don't really notice it, but if you click this arrow here on the left, there's a nice pull-out menu that shows you what's under construction, what's being researched, what ships are being built, what's being repaired, what's going on with your flagships, and you can just kind of keep track of everything in terms of time and get an idea of how different things line up within your spaceport, and it's very easy for making plans. All right, this next pro tip, again, might seem like a bit of a no-brainer, but we have a lot of people that this is actually news to, and that is that various alliance events and activities actually just have a go-to button. And what I mean by that is a lot of times we'll be taking a platform or attacking a fortress or something like that, and there will always be a few people in the chat saying, where are we meeting? Where do I need to go? Where is everybody? And the easiest way to figure out exactly where everyone's going is you can go to Alliance. So we'll click Alliance Event, and you'll see here, Occupy Star Platform, and there's usually a button looks like this where you just click Go, and this will literally take you right to where you would be going for that event. So very straightforward, and then from there, you can coordinate with everyone. All right, another quick tip, if you're trying to communicate the location of something to someone in the game, obviously there are various systems for sharing the coordinates, but if someone is simply just relaying something to you, whether it's you were chatting with someone on the Discord server or on Twitter, Facebook, doesn't matter. If someone is trying to relay the location of something to you, you can use this little search bar up here, and you can actually input the exact system number as well as X and Y coordinates. So just as an example, let's go to system 9003, which is another one in our territory, and that will take you directly to it. And here we are, system 9003. All right, another great tip is how to save on repairs, in particular when fighting pirates. There actually is a different magic number for various different events, but I think the most common one is definitely fighting pirates. And how to avoid fighting pirates is by having no more than 249 of each type of ship in your fleet. And what I mean by that is, so as you can see here are the different types of ships in this fleet. And so we only have two of these, 103 of these, we're fine, except up here we have 518 of these cruisers, which means potentially I will have to pay for some repairs on these cruisers. However, if I were to drop this down, and you can literally click there and actually type in the exact number you want, if I keep that number under 249, success or fail, I will not have to pay for any repairs when fighting pirates. All right, so this next tip is regarding your crew. In particular, if you're going to be appointing a crew member as a captain, a lot of people don't realize that the captain abilities are different than the abilities that they have as crew members. So to give you an example, we'll go to the crew list here. We'll go to Robbie Sunny Nicholas. So you can see here, her ability when she's a crew member is warship build speed 10.3%. Building warships faster does not help you at all in a fight if she were the captain of your ship. But you can click this tab here for captain info, and it will show that when she's the captain of a ship, she would instead be providing 50.4% total warship armor, and that's to the entire fleet. It's a big difference, so definitely make sure to look at the specific captain abilities for the crew members before you promote. Another pro tip here, Spaceport Buffs. A lot of people actually aren't familiar with Spaceport Buffs or just kind of forget to use them, but if you're going to be doing any really cutting edge, super tough content, you're going to be helping with a big PvP event, anything like that, it is a very good idea to use Spaceport Buffs. As you can see here, we just attempted a level 5 fortress, so I have a lot of the buffs that are going on right here. There's obviously also the gather buffs. These can be activated quickly and easily by clicking at your spaceport and then going to Spaceport Buff over here. And then you can see attack bonus, and if you want to spend Corium on them, you might already have some of the 1 hour versions. Some of them are found in offers, some of them you can get as random loot or awards from certain events. But there's an attack bonus, there's a defense bonus, there's an HP bonus, and then I think the most powerful one, there's actually a leadership bonus, and this one's pretty pricey. I don't recommend using this unless you're doing a really, really big event, but for 2,700 Corium for 8 hours or 5,400 Corium for an entire day, you can increase your entire fleet expedition limit by 20%. These buffs can make a huge difference when used at the right time. Right, and finally, I'm going to end with a bonus pro tip. This one is a tip for spenders, but if you're willing to spend, there's a really good tip and trick that a lot of my alliance mates have picked up as well. And that is if you're going to be creating a farm account, which is potentially its own tip if you're not familiar with a farm account, but that's essentially having a secondary account that just gathers resources all day and then doesn't really set up any defenses, that you can go and attack. You can kind of protect it within your alliance's territory, and then you'll go and essentially raid those resources for your main account. It's a great way to get extra resources on your main account by essentially having a second account just for doing additional gathering for you. But the spender pro tip comes in here, in that when you create a new player account, there's a line of offers that you can identify because it will contain Captain Goodman. This is Captain Goodman, so if you see this guy's smiling face in the offer section, the new player offers that feature him, that line, if you buy out the entire line, I think it comes to like $110, but you get something like upwards of 50 million of every resource. It is a very, very rich in resources. It's more resources than you can buy on your main account in pretty much any offers for the same money. And then you can just raid your farm account with your main account. So you are essentially finding a way to buy those offers by proxy, by buying them on the farm account. And of course, you can keep making new farm accounts. It takes like less than an hour to get it to the point where it can have all that and actually be attacked. So yeah, a good way to spend very economically by getting good resources through another account. So a little bonus tip for the spenders. But all right, so there you have it. That is my list of 10 tips and tricks for those of you guys playing Infinite Galaxy, with a little bonus pro tip for the spenders. But if you guys have any tips and tricks that you think most people are not aware of, please leave those in the comments below. And also, if any of these tips were a huge help to you and you didn't know, please let me know which one of these you found the most helpful in the comment section so that I know which ones most people aren't aware of. But having said that, thank you guys very much for checking out this video. So please be sure to like, subscribe, and do a kickflip. And I will see you guys real soon. Until next time, peace!